Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life, that there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. It is this feeling that has brought you to me. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Again, discussing and talking about racism and white supremacy is not for the purpose of being emotional and hating white people. That's not the objective, but we cannot function effectively as black people without an understanding of the most powerful dynamic that is controlling our lives. We have to understand this dynamic of racism and white supremacy so we can behave appropriately in relationship to this most powerful of all dynamics on the planet and the most powerful form of terrorism that exists on the planet. People are, I don't know how many people that would have been in your audience watching the football game. Maybe people are doing both. You see, but we're watching the game of football, and we're watching two teams in the Super Bowl. And for those people to be on that field of play, in that stadium, they have to understand the game of football. They have to understand all the plays that are being made, the offense plays, the defense plays. Both teams have to understand how they respond to defensively to offensive players and how they respond defensively or offensively when they are on the offense. There's no such thing as being a successful football team without an in-depth understanding of the game of football, what it's all about, what the goal objectives are in the game of football. And the game of football, just like other ball games, are very directly related to the system of racism, white supremacy itself. And it's played out symbolically. Some of the deeper subconscious concepts that exist within this dynamic of racism, and we absolutely have to understand it. I maintain as a general psychiatrist and child psychiatrist that we cannot have mental health as black people if we don't understand the power structure that surrounds us. And it's as Mr. Neely Fuller says in his work, Textbook for Victims of Racism, if you do not understand white supremacy, racism, what it is, and how it works, everything else that you understand will only confuse you. So I just use that football, understanding the exact game that is on the field is essential to even getting close to victory.
Wow. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, story ends, you wake up in your bed and do whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. The Drop Radio. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going for Drop Nation. Vibing with us tonight. It's another beautiful Thursday. Our family is well aware. We're waking up. It's nothing but a beautiful thing, man. Being patient is the key. We can't think that we got it all planned out. There is a design about how things are unfolding. There's a design about when and how and what's the timing about.
And that's what our topic is tonight. Drop topic, times and calendars. Times and calendars. Let's put all this together because everybody want to know what time it is. We walk around all day like, what's up, Slim? Cold cream Jack, man. What time is it? Everybody want to know what time is it. And nobody knows. That's the greatest cover-up other than our lineage, other than them, you know what I'm saying, manipulating and hiding who we are. You know what I'm saying? Our particular seed, our particular energy, our vibration. Again, everything breaks down in energy. That's why this 432 hertz is so relevant right now, because it's literally getting us off of that grid, man, getting us off that vibration. And if you're here tonight, man, you're here just to escape all that harassment, all that anxiety, all that stress, all that bombardment of frequency. We're getting back to these times and laws, man. We got some great family, man, hitting us up, dropping that drop. We got our brother Jamal, man. You know, he's staying up late in Ohio right now, man. Shout out to my brother Jamal, man. Out there kicking it, ready to drop that drop. This king is so dedicated, man, to following his gift. You know, his gift is understanding these things. And I'm going to tell you, man, you know what I'm saying? He's always coming to me with this real. And, you know, I'm not him. You know, I don't understand it the same way that he rolls it out so beautifully, so perfectly. So I'm so grateful to have this king, man, hitting us up in about 15 minutes or so, man, to just, you know, help me out. I say help me out, man. Just explain it to me from the top, man. How does this happen? How does this go? But really, you know what I'm saying, we're trying to build and understand, like, all right, when is the Shabbat? Does the Shabbat fall on the same day every week? Or, you know, is there a different way to calculate it? You know what I'm saying? I know we got different, you know what I'm saying, viewpoints on how we put this together, you know, counting the moons. How do we do it? So, you know, some wait until that new moon and they count the 7 days, and you know, some say that the date changes every week. You know, the dates keep changing for the Shabbat. So we need to understand, you know, some people say Wednesday, some people say, you know, so we need to understand they confuse us. So we got to be patient with each other. No one's proclaiming to know everything. We're just like, yo, you know what I'm saying, let's lay the information out and let's see where we go with it. Let's get those breadcrumbs so we can put this together, build this frequency back together brick by brick. You know how we do it, man. This is swag frequency 432 to drop. And yes, I am your host, King Drop. And yeah, let me give some love to the chat room, man. This is brand new. We got it up. It's really cool to get off Facebook, y'all. Just come over to the platform. It's okay, you know, and enjoy the show. You can click live on air. Once you get to 432thedrop.com, that'll take you to a page where you can click on the first chat room. There's another one, I believe, still up there. That's for the, you know, general folks. That's on the website. So shout out to everybody on the website, 432thedrop. But yeah, if you want the private, you know, chat room just for the live show, click the first one. Choose your name. You know, you can click options and you can put whatever name you want. And yeah, we got some great family in there, man. Sister Ilona is in the building. She's in the chat room already, ready to build, ready to, you know, keep bringing that great energy that she consistently brings every week. So peace to you, my sister. Shout out to my brother, man. My brother Keith in the chat room, man. Represent my brother. Thank you so much for coming back. I know you are, you know, just a true lover and supporter, man, of truth. So to have you, you know, so close, man, you know, bringing that drop. And I know you got that drop, and he's going to drop that drop. I don't want to spoil it, but it's pretty dope, man. It's a beautiful gift to the frequency, and I'm so grateful to have Key doing that research, man, dropping that drop to let us know, man, you know, from the deeper understanding in the scriptures, what does it mean to be doing what we're doing and to be at this place together, man, with all the family right now. That brother's going to hopefully hit us up, man, to drop that drop. So do it, man. Let's, man, you know, this is going to be a B.O.B. tribute, man. This brother he's been going hard, man, for the flat understanding of our horizons, man. He's been taking a lot of heat. As soon as he said the earth is flat, you saw like claws and and just energy just get changed towards him, and that's what we've been trying to break down to the family. There's the same spirit of deception, the same thing. Once you wake folks up out of this spinning thing, things happen. And I mean, why would people be talking about, oh, we hate you, B.O.B., stop rapping, B.O.B., da 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 da? You know what I'm saying? Why would Neil deGrasse Tyson have to start tweeting at him to respond to all the evidence he's putting out on Twitter? You know, this is opposition control. You know what I'm saying? This is damage control. And it strikes a nerve just by saying the earth is flat. Something, you know, if you never thought about it, you start getting antsy about it unless you're ready. Unless you're ready, man. Don't take our word for it, but definitely open your eyes and see the way that this king is being treated in the public for just saying the earth is flat. It's the same way that our brothers and sisters are being treated in the public by saying that they are Hebrews, or by saying that this is their land, that they're aboriginals on this land. They get attacked. It's the same, just automatic, you know, let's just start tearing you up without dropping a shred of evidence, without showing you one experiment of water curving in a ball, or one picture, actual photo of the earth, or one video feed of the earth rotating. With all this great technology, we should have a 24-hour live feed, live stream of the earth doing its 1,000 mile per hour rotation, so that we can say, okay, that's why I don't feel it. This magical gravity that's been left a theory, never proven as law, but we take it as fact, and it's taught to our children as fact. I don't mind the theories. I don't mind asking questions. I don't need to convince you anything. But the minute we stop asking questions and attacking our brothers and sisters, our kings and queens, for asking a single question, am I spinning or not? Is that worthy of attacking? That's what we have to understand. As we build, we're going to be uncomfortable. But is it worth attacking? Or is it worth, you know what I'm saying, feeling like you're distracted from Scripture because there's a question being asked about your habitat and a lot of Scripture backing it up? So that's the question. We're going to keep building, man. And I just want to, you know, give some love to B.O.B. This king actually dropped a track. As soon as he dropped his old Twitter thing, he dropped a track called called Flatline. And this thing is, you know, everybody's like, oh, we hate it. I love it. B.O.B., I love this track. It's called Flatline. We got nothing but B.O.B. on the playlist tonight, man, giving this king a salute. Deal with it, man, or get left on. This is Flatline, B.O.B. This is in 432. So even if you heard it before, you never heard it tuned to the frequency of this earth, this habitat, 432 hertz, man. Dig on it. This is Flatline for you. And we got nothing but B.O.B. We got a great show. Silas Nehemiah, Ra the Great One. Everybody, man, stand up, man. It's 432. Let go.
Yeah, you ain't seen my best. Checkmate. In a game of chess. Globalists see me as a threat. Free thinking, got the world at my neck. Ha! Am I paranoid? Picture Malcolm X in a room full of pigs trying not to bust a sweat. Ayy, Neil Tyson need to loosen up his vest. They probably write that man one hell of a check. Ayy, I'm over here on this side of town. Come on over here and try to clown. Ayy, I never pipe down. If they weren't coming for me, then they definitely coming for me now. I can't even keep my phone charged up. All the shit I'm talking, I should get my own bar up. Rappers, get off on my dick and get your own bars up. Vladimir and Liz's breath got the clone skirt, cuz whoop. Use your common sense. Why is NASA part Department of Defense? They divided up the seas into 33 degrees, feeding kids masonry. Bruh, be careful what you read. Flatline. There's no superior bloodline. Flatline. You got me once, but that died. Ayy, voice. Do I have a voice? Do I give a fuck? Do I have a choice? Joint. I roll up a joint. Keep my shooters in the game like I hate to disappoint. I see only good things on the horizon. That's probably why the horizon is always rising. Indoctrinated in a cult called science, and graduated to a club full of liars. Heliocentrism, you were the sixth victim. Fuck you and your team, you can sit on the bench with them, they nervous. But before you try to curve it, do your research on David Irving. Stalin was way worse than Hitler. That's why the police gotta wear a kipper. I'm a man first for an artist. Get a lawyer, look up Dr. Richard Sartre. Food is for the last time. Flatline, flatline. There's no superior bloodline.
So you want to find the farthest point from that center. And it turns out sea level at the equator is farther away from the center of the Earth than sea level near the poles. It has nothing to do with global warming and melting of the ice caps.
Why is that?
Because Earth, we know it spins once a day. Yes, thank you. 3 people know that how long a day lasts here.
Good for row number 2. They're off to a great start.
So you spin, when you spin pizza dough, it kind of flattens out. It gets wider in the middle. So Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning. And it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles. So it's not actually a sphere. It's oblate. And officially it's an oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that, it's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator.
A little chubbier.
A little chubbier.
Yeah.
Chubby is a good word. It's like pear-shaped.
Yeah.
So it turns out the pear-shapedness is bigger than the height of Mount Everest above sea level.
Bounce, flatline. Food is for the last time. Flatline, flatline. There's no superior bloodline there.
Oh man, so Shalom Kings, brother, and welcome to the frequency.
Shalom, shalom, my brothers and the sisters out there as well. And man, it's just a blessing to be here, and that's what it's all about. Iron sharpening iron, and that's what you do. That's the drop. Thanks for having me, my brother.
That's right, that's the drop, man. And let's keep it going for this other brother, man. Jamel Tobiah is in the house. JT. Man, kings to you, my brother. Calling live from Ohio.
How you doing, bro? Yeah, I'm excited. This is my first time on the radio station and everything. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm up, ready to bring this truth out to the best of my ability, and hopefully somebody learns something, and hopefully I come back too.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, brother, you got a golden seat because we need to know what time it is around here. It's so chaotic in the world. It's so chaotic in the frequency, man, that they give us on the news, and we keep checking in on Flint, and it's so chaotic. And somehow in that chaos, we got to stop, and we just got to ask, man, what time is it? And we got to be accurate. We can't be taking our enemies, you know what I'm saying, breadcrumbs. We can't keep eating that. We need to dig in on exactly what you dropping, man. So we're going to get to that in a second, man, brother. But just welcome to the frequency, all these kings, man. Drop panels in the building. Squat it up. I want to give... Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt, man, but I want to tell a story about JT right quick, man. I asked the message brother when he first came into the truth, man, and it was a little while back, and he was out here. Actually, he came out here to visit, but we didn't get a chance to hook up with each other, but we did communicate, stay in touch. And man, he just used to hit me up with all kind of questions about everything, just question after question. I was like, this dude asked me about everything. And man, it's crazy how all of a sudden he just tapped into this calendar, man. And dude, he ain't asked me nothing. He's just been gone 1,000, man. And it's just such a beautiful thing too, man. To see this young brother to just grab something, man, and just run with it like a genius, man. Literally, it's like a genius. Because as you mentioned, we're looking at this stuff, and it's all new to us because we know our times are off. And we know we've been getting hit with a whole lot of information from different people about what day, what time it is. But the way he's breaking it down, man, and he's like filling in all the gaps and all the little nooks and crannies, you know, with the scriptures, with the Book of Enoch, you know, with the translations, I mean, with the sun and the moon, you know, as they're being used for signs. I mean, he's just doing remarkable work, man. And I'm so glad to get brothers on the show tonight.
Man, how about that, man? Dig on that. And I second that, and I third that. Yeah, you know, the way we try to do it is, you know, we bring the topic. We start off with our opening drop. So, you know what I'm saying? I like to just, you know, go right back to you, my brother Jamel Tobiah, man. You know, you can, you know, just take some time and just bring in your opening drop. Just take a couple of minutes just to introduce yourself, you know what I'm saying, to Drop Nation, everyone listening in, and all the countries, man, shouting out. We got a lot of family in Ghana, man, that stays tuned in, man. Shout out to DJ G Quest, man, and Full Page out there giving us love on Twitter. We got family, man, all over the place. So for the family, man, please introduce yourself and just provide us, my brother, with your opening drop.
My name's Jamel Tobiah Gomez, but you can call me JT. And I only been in this truth, believe it or not, for just about 2 years. I woke up to this truth. I had a real powerful question. It was about Revelation, because I'm a real deep in the book of Revelation. So out of the clear blue, for no reason, I was watching television, and then all of a sudden I said, I wonder if somebody on YouTube could talk about Revelation 7 or something. So I went up, just typed something on YouTube, and all of a sudden I'm hearing about Hebrew Israelites. The so-called Negroes are Hebrew Israelites. I'm like, whoa, what is this? I mean, I've been reading this Bible for all these years. I ain't even know it. So then, before I knew it, a month, 2 months, I've been reading my Bible every day, doing research every day. And then more and more questions started coming up, and I happened to bump into one that introduced me about this Enoch calendar. And I'm new in this truth. So just to get into the Enoch calendar, like when you fresh into the truth, it seemed like there would be a lot to take in. Yeah. So it wasn't. It all came in and clicked on me like right away. Like, I mean, it made perfect sense right away. I can't even explain it. It just came to me knowingly, and it was like it was waiting for me or something. I ain't trying to sound weird, but it was like it was waiting for me. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Man, hey, you know what? You would have to be in sync to really understand that. And some people might sound weird, but for us, I'm very similar to you. It's only been, you know, less than that probably for me that it like just something happened. I woke up, I started researching, I figured out how to put together a little, you know, makeshift radio station and the frequency thing, and all that happened all at one time at the right time, and here we are right now. And that's why there is no ownership here, man. This is our frequency. We share this. You know what I'm saying? We were brought here, and you came here with this particular piece of the puzzle. You know what I'm saying? We might be coming with something else, and then Silas comes with something else. And then we got our brother Keith, man, our brother Yahar in the building as well, man, to bring what he brings, man, bring what the Most High sent him. We're wide open, man. Our arms are wide open to accept this drop because we know that our family coming in got the drop. And if anybody got static, they already know, man, they'll get dropped off real quick. You know, we don't play, but we'll always pick them up and we'll find them. We'll put them back on track, man. So don't trip. Anybody that we drop off, we'll always find you, man. But let's get to our brother Yaham, our brother Keith, man. Please introduce yourself, my brother, to Drop Nation, man, officially, and give us your opening drop, my brother.
Well, it's definitely a pleasure to be here with my brothers, and I, like most of us, we're in the awakening state. You know, we all getting woke up, and we all bringing things to the table, and it's all done by the Kadash Ruach, which is the Holy Spirit that is just guiding us. So it's all going to be good, you know. So I'm just happy to be on air with you all and to fellowship with you. But just to tell you a little bit about me, my little brother, and you see him sometimes maybe on Facebook. His name is Jay Bashirs. I was in a Big Brother, Little Brother program in Oakland about 20 years ago, and I was a big brother to him, and I always been in the scriptures. I always been learning about the Bible since I was 9 years old.
Wow.
And so we disconnected for a while. Not disconnected, but I moved to Southern California. I'm down in Moreno Valley right now, and he's still up in Chico up there. He went to college up there, and he resides up there. But he called me and said, Keith, man, I know you've been studying the Bible, but I want to ask you some questions. And he hit me with some Deuteronomy. And, you know, I thought I knew the Bible quite well, but he opened my eyes. He set the alarm clock. Like I like to tell a lot of brothers that, you know, you got the brothers who will hit the snooze button and ignore when the alarm clock is going off. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But when he set that alarm clock off, I hit the snooze button one time just to research what he was bringing to me. And from that point on, I have been looking at the Bible at a totally different way I've ever looked at it ever before in my life. And so that was how I got introduced. So, I go by Ya'ar, which is my Hebrew name, because Keith Sutton is my government name, as I like to call it. Right. I was the one, because my ancestors didn't know any better. They took on, like we all did, slave masters who held us in captivity, kept our names. But Ya'ar simply is a translation in Hebrew for my name, Keith. Keith is a Scottish name that means windy forest. And the equivalent to that in Hebrew is ruach, which is also spirit, but it also means windy, and Ya'ar means forest. So that's where I get ruach Ya'ar. So I go by Ya'ar to my brother. So that's why I just dropped in to introduce myself to you all, and I can't wait to share a gift that I gave to you. And
yes, sir.
But that's my opening drop for you, King.
Yes, sir, man. I mean, too cold, too real. I know I share the same, you know what I'm saying, excitement that this brother Silas shares right now, to have you brothers that we build with anyway on a daily basis. We're always building, you know what I'm saying, on that line, but here we're in our own frequency. So to be able to get from their setup, you know, Facebook is getting kind of weird. I don't know. I think I might have like one more week on this thing because, you know, they always want government ID. I don't know if you brothers have seen any of these messages they've been sending out, trying to get everybody to send their ID and do all these different things. But Facebook is being real strange these days. So, you know, I just want to warn the family. You know, be careful on that thing, because we already know who runs and who's operating it. You don't want to give them too much drop, man. And but this is what we do. Now we're starting to transition at least one more step into having our own frequency. To be able to build, have our own chat room, have our own place that we can drop stuff, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to do it through Zuckerberg, you know what I'm saying? I know it's convenient, it's an information superhighway. I love Facebook, I get it, but, you know, now we're starting to see much more that we need to be on our own thing, man. And Brother Silas, we're in this frequency, we're building with these kings. I know you feeling me. It's a great day, man. Please bring us, my brother, your opening drop.
Man, my opening drop is that I'm just pleased to have, you know, these brothers on the line with us. You know, we deal so often on you know, in the social media together. It's actually good to hear their voices, man, because we're all like family. So it's like sometimes we forget that, you know, people have voices. So when we see their comments, it's like we're reading them in their voice. You know, we don't even know their voice, you know. But it's so great to have them aboard, man. And the support that they give us, you know, the support that the family gives us, man, we're just so appreciative. And all the people on the Melanated Truth Earth Plane, I have to give a special shout out to my sister, man, that really supports me, man. Alona Kearney, man, she really gives me a lot of support. Actually, she was my alarm clock tonight, so she had to wake me up for my old up for my old man nap.
Sister Ilona.
Everything is wonderful, man. Everything is wonderful. And one more, I have to give one more shout out, man. I'm sorry, tonight is shout out night.
Come on.
Because people have really blessed me and been favorable to me, man. So Sister Donnie Yah. I lost one of my tassels, man, and you know when we go out with our royal garments, you can't go out crooked. So, man, I lost one of my tassels, man. So I hit the sister up there, man. She's on the East Coast. Told her I needed some tassels, man, and she got right on it, man. So,
come on,
you
man.
can hit her up at on Facebook at HIMAWARI Designer. And her name is Sister Donnie Yah. Really does some remarkable work,
Beautiful
man, with
thing.
tassels and with our tongue. So if anybody looking to get dirtied up, man, she's really good, man. Really good sister to do business with.
I know I need to definitely hit this sister up. Can you drop her? Can you spell that out one more time for the people, my bro?
Sure. On Facebook, it's H as in Harry, IMAWARI Designer.
Yeah, there it is. Get suited up. Get suited up. My brother Keith, we got to start this off right. You definitely, delivered a beautiful, timely gift. It was right on time. It felt like it came straight from the energy of the Creator as soon as you dropped it on me. I got 4 kids, so, I'm 5 and under. So I'm running around my house, going crazy. And then you drop this thing on the inbox, and I just shut everything down. I said, y'all go over there, and you go over there. And I just sat down, and I was just glued. And I had to copy and paste it into, a big screen so I could just really kind of read this. And you gave us so much meaning and virtue, man, behind what it is, even deeper than I ever thought into the energy that I'm putting into this particular machine here, man. So please, my brother, can you please share some of that, however you want to drop it. It would be great, do us great honors, bro, to share that and for the family to understand what's going on behind the scenes and in the scriptures and how you're bringing it out.
Most definitely, my brother. I'll just start off by saying that on every Sabbath, Shabbat, I get into the Word, and where the Holy Spirit takes me is where I usually go. And this particular time, after listening to the vibe, not with the drop, and listening to you on Thursday nights, being up into old dark 30 with you cats, I said, the Holy Spirit just led me in this direction, and the word drop just kept being right on my forehead. And so I just went into it not knowing what I was going to find. And every time I turned to one word after one word after one term and one term, it was more and more vivid how important the topic or the title that you chose for 432 to drop is so in sync. It's so in sync with the frequency of the scriptures. And the chills went on me, so I got to share this with the brother. I got to also share it with his audience and all the brothers and sisters out here, because there's some deep meanings in the word drop. And so with that, I would just like to start off with the first term, and that I've discovered in the scriptures. And if you have your Bible somewhere, grab them. If you don't, grab a pen and paper and then write the scriptures down. I'm on the go with just 2 right now that sums up the first term for the word drop. And if you can write those down and we'll go over them, and that way you'll see what I was feeling when I was dwelling into this word, the drop. So the first occurrence of the word drop in the scriptures is found in Deuteronomy. And we know a lot of good things about Deuteronomy. A lot of our awakening is based on Deuteronomy 28. We all know that. That's like the wake-up call to know who we are. But Deuteronomy has a lot more goodness to it. And so the first one is mentioned is in Deuteronomy 32. But before I go to Deuteronomy 32, the drop in this particular instance is pronounced in Hebrew, Irach. That's A-R-A-P-H, Irach. And it means to droop, to drip, to drop down. It's like a verb. And in Deuteronomy 32, verse 2, we find it written, doctrine shall drop as the rain. My speech shall distill as the dew, as a small rain upon the tender herb, and as the showers upon the grass. Now that word drop there again is for iraf in the scripture, so it means to drip and to drop down. It's a verb. But an interesting word that also means drop is distill. And distill is pretty much like the vaporization, which leads into condensation, which gives you that moisture. And one thing about this moisture of dew that is distilled, it is a concentrated and it is pure, unlike that Flint water that we hear so much about. You understand? And so that is very good scripture there. But let me go to the next occurrence of that, which is in Deuteronomy, just one book over, one chapter over, in chapter 33 and 28. 1 second here. And it reads, Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine, and his heavens shall drop down dew. Again, that dew in this is a concentrated, purified dew that is dropping down from the heavens. But let me go back to Deuteronomy and read the preceding scriptures to it. I'm going to start in verse 27, and I'm going to end in 29. And it reads, the eternal God is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms, and he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, destroy them. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon the land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall iraf, meaning drop, down dew. Verse 29.
Wow.
Happy art thou, O Israel. Who is like unto thee, O people, saved by the Most High, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency? And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. So that is that first drop, or the word drop, with the word iraf, and that's the meaning of it. But it's a lot of meat in those scriptures that identifies who the Most High is speaking about in the form of Israel and the people that we find ourselves being.
Wow. The water, my brother, my good Ak, man, my brother Yahar, you know, just like we're breaking down with my brother Jamel, man, Tobiah, you know, what the Most High is sending through you, brothers, and to be able to give it right back to the family and to share, like, this is what we're thriving to, you know what I'm saying? This is not anything I can make up, you can make up. This is just what we are being exposed to, and this is what we're receiving. It's when you give us the visual, especially, you know, of you know, of just redemption. You know, everything you're saying to me is just redemption. And if you don't mind, you know, because I know you just broke the Iraq, and then each one of these drops, you know, has a subtle different twist. I mean, and we'll get to it. I can't wait to get to the other ones as well. And this brother's going to be glued to this frequency. We're not going to let him go so we can get all this drop. Literally get all this drop from this brother, man, you know, breaking it down so thoroughly, is that each particular way it's used and the way it has been translated is different. You know, one drop might be drooping, one drop might be that the Most High is spreading it out. You know, one is more gentle, one is being poured out. I mean, there's just different ways. I don't know if you want to sort of, you know, kind of give an overview or touch on just the ways in which, you know, from Deuteronomy on up, the Most High has been using this particular way of expression.
Yeah, I definitely will. And before I do that, so I forgot to mention that I didn't learn about the frequency of numbers and how things were geometrically connected, and still out into the Most High has called you to share that with me. And that number 9 is like 432. If you add those numbers together, what do you get? Get 9. And also that first word, iraf, which is in a verb form, that number as it appears in the lexicon is 6201, which also equals in that same frequency of 9. And when you add those numbers together. So that, now getting back to what you had just mentioned before, just a summary of those terms, you have another one that is pronounced nazal. And that is a word, and that's more of a verb as well, but it's more of a downpour of a drop. And I'll get into that because it's expressed by Job. And that's the second occurrence of the word drop, and the word is nazal. I'm going to the third one, that is ra'ah. That is ra'ah, and that's R-A-A-P-H. And that is a beautiful word in itself, too. It talks about the goodness and the fatness, and it's also to distill and to drop down. And then moving on to the next one is the one that I like, and I think you favor this one as well, is nataf. That is the one that is like a oozing, a distilling gradually. And I know Solomon uses it a lot, and David also used it when they describe the women's lips as being a drop, in its gradual distilling effect that they have. And I'm going to get into that one later. And the next one, and the last one, is mar. And that's a simple word, M-A-R, and that also is more of a verb form as well. And notice it's more of a noun. I take that back. That's more of a noun. It describes a drop in a bucket, the literal drop that you see like on your logo that's dropping down from between your 4th, your 3, and your 2. That's more of a literal part. But they all have great meanings within, and I can't wait to share those with you after I get some food from JT when he's sharing about the time effect.
Oh yeah. Hey, give some love to my brother Yahar, man. This is a true treat, a true gift, and we're patient over here, so we'll be patient and roll out this drop. You know what I'm saying? I think the dopest thing about it to me is that, you know what I'm saying, the Most High represents all those, because sometimes you gotta pour it down on them. The Most High gotta pour the drop down. Sometimes he has to just distill it and spread it out a certain type of way. I mean, either we tell the family all the time, you can get it any type of way. You know what I'm saying? We can give it to you however it gotta come. Each show is different. Each bit of communication, each bit of ways that we're starting to reach out is much different. Sometimes if we're talking about a certain topic, you might get poured down on, you know what I mean? But other times you might get, a nice pillow to lay your head, But now we got these brothers in the frequency, so who knows how the drop is going to come out. I just look forward to it. I know it's going to be mathematical, it's going to be geometric, and it's going to be on time. It's going to be on time. We got our brother Tobiah in the building, ready to drop some times, man, on us. You still with us, brother? Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. One second, JT. I just want to mention this. I got to mention it, and it's only going to be a brief second.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned something, and we always say about dropping knowledge. I want you to drop that knowledge. The scriptures already brought that out. One of those terms means to drop knowledge, to drop prophecy, to drop instruction, to drop preaching. So stay tuned for that, brother.
Yes, indeed. Y'all stay tuned, man. We're about to get started, man. We're gonna take a couple, play a couple slaps on you right quick. We're gonna get to this CeeLo. This is my brother Silas's favorite song. He makes it's in the contract that I gotta play this song at this time when the brother calls in. So I gotta do it. Headphone time. Dig on it, man. Dig on the CeeLo. We'll be right back, man, with the brother Jamal Tobiah, my brother Yahar, my brother Silas Nehemiah. It's 432 to drop.
All right, man. Our real Innerstanding drop is going to be on the word drop. I'm going to use the shortest one, which is that word called Navel. And that's the one that's found in Job. And it's in Job chapter 36, verse 28. And first of all, that word drop in this instance is, it means to drip, to shed by trickling, distill, drop, flood, cause to flow, gushed out, melt, pour down, running water, or stream. And the interesting thing about this, before I read the Job account, is Job was suffering. If we all know the reason why he was suffering, if we read that book. And instead of cursing the Most High, he always reached down to exalt the Most High in his words. And this particular caption of the drop is actually when he's accounting for the actual dropping of water and the benefits of it. So I'll go ahead and read that. Again, this particular verse is 36 and 28. But I'm going to start with 26 and go down to 29. And I'll hit 28 right in the middle, of course. So it reads in 26, Behold, God is great, and we know him not. Neither can the number of his years be searched out. So in this verse, Job is letting us know God is really great, and we know him not. Now, it's not in the sense that we don't know who he is. It's more we don't know his origins. We don't know how he came to be. We don't know any of those things. We know not those things. We cannot even number his years. They can't even be searched out. That's something, don't even ponder your mind to that, because you cannot do that. And he goes on to verse 27, For he maketh small the drops of water. They pour down rain accordingly to the vapors thereof. So then he's talking about the physicalness of how the Most High causes rain to fall. And notice that he's so in control and everything is in such order, he doesn't just let the windows of the heaven just drop down, because of the powerful weight of water. If the drops weren't carefully measured by him, they would kill us when they fall from that height, by the firmament. And so when the waters fall from the clouds, that is something that would kill us if he didn't control it. So he controls the actual drops, and he controls the vapors as well. Now going to verse 28, which the clouds do drop. And again, that's using the word nazal for that drop. And distill upon man abundantly. So he gives us a proper rain and the proper drops for us to sustain life. And in verse 29, also can any understand the spreadings of the clouds, or the noise of his tabernacle? Again, Job is reflecting upon the magnificence of the Most High by how he spreads the clouds out, how he calls the drops to do it. And those thundering or the noises of his tabernacle is amazing. At the thunder and lightning, that's the noise of the tabernacle. When you see lightning from those clouds, who can really figure that out? How does the thunder come from the tabernacle after having lightning that flashes from those things? So Job here in this final drop for this evening, he's really bringing out the physicalness of the actual droppings as it pertains to the Most High allowing water to flow from the clouds upon the earth to where we can use it abundantly. So that's the final drop.
Our brother
Cain Khan.
Yo, brother, that's Cain and Khan. Cain and Khan.
Shellac. Is that shellac or shellac?
Shellac.
Shellac.
Okay. But
Cadillac.
Brother Keith is our linguist. He keeps us in our vernacular. So, dropping them little dimes on us, man. So helping us build up our vocabulary. So that was very shellac.
Hey, man, we got a linguist. We got a linguist. We got a timekeeper. We got a researcher. And I just get to kick back and enjoy the frequency, man. So this is how we do with the Drop Radio. Another Thursday, man. Getting to the people, man.